Okay, so this is the Raw Go Home show for Hell in a Cell. So as always, we begin with the beginning and the end and bookend everything between. So Jericho can't find his list and is like, I'm not no triple threat match till I find my list. So he eventually finds his list. Oh, good, I thought there was going to be no main event for this. And they kind of tease more of the tension between Jericho and Owens. The triple threat match with Owens and typical. All three of us? Yeah, rule all the ring. I don't need to be in this. You guys are fine. You got this. Jericho's like, dude, do you want to get in on this? And then together they both beat Seth Rollins. Seth actually counters a double superplex attempt into a double roll-up powerbomb combination. They then beat down Seth Rollins. As they're leaving, Seth is like, I'm not done. Charges them. They then beat down Seth Rollins, who continues to fight back until they eventually just beat down Seth Rollins. And I'm like, this is crescendoing. There's got to be some big moment that's going to happen. It just feels really bizarre. Where's that big moment? Powerbomb to the apron. Alright. Then they go away. I was like, oh. Okay. It's a weak build to a Hell in a Cell. It is. Out of the three of them, that's obviously the weakest build. Sorry. Rusev and Roman Reigns trade backstage vignettes. Alright. At least Rusev was like, you have offended my family, I will crush you. I will grind you into dirt. And then I will use your dirt to grow flowers for my Lana. I mean, it was just, you know, it was good. Roman Reigns was... They've at least got a reason for fighting, but not a reason for Hell in a Cell. Sorry. Sasha Banks, Charlotte, Mick Foley. Foley, you can tell that ever since that Holy Foley where he's there with his daughter and he sees the cell. And it hits him. That he could have died in that structure. He pulls through all of that emotion. And almost overtakes that promo. He was like, Charlotte, I've known you since you were a little girl. This is going to destroy your career. Look at me. Look how hard it is for me to walk around. It hurts. How much weight I lose, exercise that I do, is bone on bone. Because of what I did in that cell. Brilliant. Brilliant. Sasha Banks did a pretty good job too. But I think out of that whole sequence, it really pushed how this structure both made and destroyed Mick Foley. And it carried that much passion into it. I'm also glad too that they actually decided to quit it being, you know, like women. It's like, you can't push them as being legitimate athletes while constantly saying women do everything the men can do. Well, if you classify them as superstars, like you should have been for quite some time, then there's no difference in gender. They are superstars. Doesn't matter if you're a woman, or if you're a tag team, or if you're a singles wrestler, or if you're a man, doesn't matter. You are a superstar. As a fan of Shimmer, women can do anything a man can do in that ring. Our is probably a little more difficult to do. Probably. But time, technique, preparation, you can overcome any physical limitation they have when it comes to ring work. You know, is it hard to put a woman through a table? If you're a woman, yes, it's a body weight, mass, and force thing. That doesn't mean you couldn't put one on a table and then leap from, you know, the inside of the ring to the outside of the ring and smash a table. Just saying. So it's good. Those two actually have the build-up for a Hell in a Cell. That being said, I tire of the triple main event? No. At the end of the day, E has now done two things. Thanks to No Mercy, they did the main event first. And then they had who went on last. When NXT did the Iron Woman match, it was the main event. Everything built to that moment. The only story that's worthy of a Hell in a Cell right now is Charlotte Sasha Banks. So technically, by default, that is the main event. It is. Just need to deal with it. And you know what? I think those two are going to put on an amazing match. Why? Because they can, they have, and they will. Now let's build through everything else. Titus O'Neil and the Shining Stars. Because they got nothing for any of them, so make them a group. Lost to Golden Truth, thanks to partial interference by Mark Henry. It's a kickoff show match, sure. Sheamus and Cesaro beat the team of Kofi Kingston and Big E Langston. But that's the match we're going to see for the title on Sunday. Should we just see the match? Normally the New Day will be like, okay, you're going to face the team of Xavier Woods and Big E, or Xavier Woods and Kofi. So they throw in, oh, you beat these two guys, but you didn't beat these two guys. Kofi, Cesaro, solid. Cesaro and Big E, solid. Sheamus, solid hand. It's just, it feels like this is filler to get us through Survivor Series. It just does. Braun Strowman wants competition. He gets Sami Zayn, who's like, no, and then leaves. Good storytelling. I want competition. No, you're not my competition. Nope. Leaves. Like it. It's good. Rich Swann, the Brian Kendrick. Good amount of back and forth. I like how they show the two different styles of them. I like how they had the Brian Kendrick work more of that kind of gritty, I have to win this match sort of style. Rich Swann getting rolled out of nowhere. That was good. The backstage bit with the Brian Kendrick and TJ Perkins, I liked it. That was good. It's a good build to a match that felt like it should have a lot more gravitas to it, but they get almost two segments to try to push a whole division. It's like they're the women's division from a couple of years ago. Speaking of which, Dana and Bayley arm wrestled. Remember, Bayley's got an arm injury, so they did arm wrestling because Dana Brooke works out. Okay. Maybe they get a one-on-one match. Are there any other women on Raw? I've seen Alicia Fox. I think they still have some right, unless she's injured or filming a video or something. But still, there's... I feel like there's more than 4 women on Raw. Just saying. You know, Sasha and Charlotte are killing it. But Dana and Bayley, it feels like it needs that other person or persons to break up what it is they're doing, because it feels like they've been doing this for a very long time. And it just doesn't feel like it's going to go anywhere. Because you can look at the division. We'll say Bayley wins. What does she feud with? Charlotte? What does Sasha feud with? Dana? Does Dana win the Dana feuds with Sasha, then Charlotte and Bayley feud? Well, that makes sense. Kind of. But that's like your whole division. I will, and then Brock Lesnar came down. Standard Paul Heyman promo out. He's going to kill Goldberg. I'm not on board the hype train. Woo-woo. I'm just not. Not yet, no. probably my absolute favorite moment of the night. So Enzo and Big Cass, I kind of hybridized Enzo and Big Cass, come down to the ring. The club cuts the mic. Enzo points to his mic tattoo and is like, this one still works. Does his whole thing without a live mic into his mic tattoo, and the crowd is going bit for bit. My neck! He's yelling into his hand, and the crowd is going with it. And it was a thing of beauty. And I was like, whoever thought of that, that is a roll of the dice thing. Either one, the crowd's not going to be in it, or two, the crowd is going to be so stupid into it that it's like, you know what? They're the most over tag team. They have surpassed the New Day, and they don't have the belts. They've hit that NXT level where they're an over tag team. They don't need to win, and they don't need the belts. How they do in the match was a singles match. Anderson versus Enzo. Cass gets on the apron, strikes the referee, while Anderson's got a pin. Which makes, of course, Luke Gallows get up. Ah! Anderson goes to attack Big E, goes to attack Big Cass, Big C. He eats a big boot, 1, 2, 3. I thought it was great. It's like, do you want to fight kind of dirty? We can fight dirty too. And it was nice. It told a good story, and it showed how over they are and how impressive it is to have that sort of combination where Enzo takes the beating, Cass gets involved, and they get a victory. I'm actually looking forward to their tag team battle, because they are the number 2 and 3 tag teams. Maybe Club wins. Maybe they go on to take titles at Royal Rumble. Maybe Enzo and Big Cass win. They take the titles at Royal Rumble. Or maybe the Club beats New Day at Royal Rumble, which then eventually leads to Enzo and Big Cass beating the Club and the New Day in a triple threat elimination match at WrestleMania, and crown them there. Either way, that division, with only effectively having 4 real teams, feels like there's enough movement. And they've also got the other 2 tag teams of Golden Truth and the Shining Stars to help build up a team that loses. You've got the Kinda Jobber heel team, Kinda Jobber face team, to help build up the reputation of the teams that lose from that encounter. Not bad.